Welcome to Software Testing Unleashed, the podcast for testers, developers, and all software people who want to create best quality software. My name is Richie. I'm a software quality coach, author, and keynote speaker, and happy to bring you an episode live from the HUSTEF Conference 2025 in Budapest. HUSTEF is one of the greatest conferences I've ever been to. Top quality talks, amazing people, and that unique mix of friendly and intense atmosphere you only find at truly great events. If you have ever get the chance, go there. Seriously, you will love it. My guest today is Laveena Ramchandani. She's a passionate test manager who has been testing for over 10 years and is always seeking to learn and to share. She's also a very active voice in the software testing community, and now I'm very happy that she is part of the podcast too. We talked about thought leadership and what you can do to support your career to become a credible voice in your domain. Because we in the software industry can have a huge impact on our teams and also our companies by influence culture, drive innovation, and shaping the future. And now enjoy what Laveena is saying about that and have fun with the episode. Hi, Laveena. Great to have you on the shore here.
Thank you so much, Richard. I think I've been meaning to have a podcast with you for some time now.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited that it's finally happening.
Yeah. It's true. I think we chatted about it on LinkedIn about it a few months ago.
Yes.
Now we are here at the HUSTEF, the 15th HUSTEF big birthday party here today in the evening.
Yes.
And we do the episode now, and so I'm very happy that you are here. And because also you have a very interesting topic, which is also one of my passionate topic, because it's of the role of a tester in the environment engineering process and team. So what is your point there?
So basically, being a tester in an engineering team, I guess you're an engineer yourself. So a director at my company had said, if you write code, you're an engineer. So being that kind of tester, influencing changes, influencing mindsets, and supporting your team with what's needed, being the right kind of leader, a thought leader, which is what I'm talking about today, is very important. We've got our 9-to-5 job every day, and we've got a lot of things happening throughout the day. But do we think outside of the box? Do we think, how can we change some sort of processes that we are following from the past that are not really working well? Or if I'm seeing some sort of KPIs that are not giving us important information, how do we become thought leaders and try something different to give stakeholders the data that they want to see and that they can provide it to higher level or C-suite. So it's all about these kind of things, and it's very important that as a tester within a team, it's not just about listening to a lead. We're all working together. That's my main motto here. Even though you get a title as a manager, a leader, how are you influencing, but with others around you? So it's all about the testers in your team working together. It's okay to test with them as well. That's what I like to do. I like to get my hands dirty. And it's much more, I would say it's much more rewarding to work with your team that way than being a leader for them, like a manager, like a typical manager.
Yeah, and the tester often gets into the role that they have to ask a lot of people a lot of stuff because they have to get their information. And what I see in practice is that the tester get a real single source of truth for a lot of knowledge and a lot of connecting people. So, but how can we get there to let testers go into this role more and to push them a little bit, to nudge them a little bit more in this role?
I think example is the biggest thing. So serve as an example, like when they see how you are juggling to get something, there are testers that have come back to me and said, what you just did, I've been doing this for the last 4 years and I haven't made it. So what did you do different? So that's when you know that they are listening, they're watching, you know? I think there's different types of people. There's the extroverts and there's the introverts. None of them are negative. They have their own style. So I think what's important is to find out how you best communicate with people to get what you want. There are certain stakeholders that always put a door in front of you that we are not interested. But there's ways of going to them, offer them an opportunity and be like, this is going to be good for the team, not for me. before the team. I see a lot of testing people going into teams and asking like few bits and bobs for themselves to put it as part of a KPI to share it then later. But why not do it all collectively? Like, what is the main aim? What's the end goal of me asking you this? So be smart with your style of talking, I would say. That's what someone told me, and that's what I'm suggesting today as well. I think that's very important. And also bear in mind, you're gonna firefight a lot of people to get to that one information. Try and also understand that you might not get it at the end of the day. It's possible that you might not get it, but if you get halfway through, that's also still good. Like, let's work from there onwards. And also remember that it's not easy with your day-to-day job trying to do these kind of things and trying to get the information you want. It might take few days, months, but you'll get there at the end of the day. So I think it's more about having some hope and trying to question in the right way is my sort of suggestion here. Other than that, I would say that with your team members, also try and ask them to go forward with the right kind of questions, and ask them if you are stuck with something, if a stakeholder has said no to you, why do you think they have said no to you? Like, be a coach, try and be open questions with your team so that they can think better for the next time. Because otherwise what happens is managers are always stuck asking for the deeper knowledge, whereas the testers are just doing the 9 to 5 job, and we want to make thought leaders out of everyone, right? So that's very, very important. And the thing is, some people are not sort of excited or very extrovert for this. So you have to sort of coach them slowly, and you will see a change. Like, I've seen this in my team. There are individuals that would not speak up much, but they're more communicative now. You see a massive difference since you hired them till now. So I think it's all about how you think and how you want them to follow. And I think it's different for every team. We cannot match every team with things as well either. So if leaders are trying to match this team to another team, stop doing that. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not one size fits all. But just be mindful as well. That's what I would say. And one important thing, silo. That is the biggest problem I think in a lot of tech companies, maybe general companies as well. What I feel like sometimes people like to shield what they know. And fair sometimes is fair because they know their speciality. They don't want to share with everyone. But in a working environment where we are trying to deliver as a team, quality should matter to all of us. I do not understand why keep data to yourself, why keep information to yourself or processes when we are all trying to deliver the same thing.
Yeah.
So just be a bit more open, be more helpful, because if you're going to just help people with what they need, we can all deliver quickly. Otherwise, you're just impeding us and you're stopping us. So that's what I would say. Silo is a big problem that needs resolving.
Yeah. How can you deal with testers? So when you say you coach them, or we should coach them to get more asking questions, what if they say, no, I can't do that?
Okay. I've been through that very recently, actually. So we had a supplier, and we had a massive project, but we had a second project, part of the main project, come up. And when I asked the supplier that, you're okay with this? It's a migration piece, and I think you've done it in the past. Are you comfortable doing it side by side whenever it comes to you? I got the answer of a big yes, and not to worry. When we came to the date, the answer changed. It was a bit questionable to me, because if you're a supplier, you're meant to sort of support us throughout, right?
Yeah.
However, I took it as an amazing opportunity for myself because I started testing it. So it was really fun to go back to what I did 12 years ago, and I just did it. But I'm not suggesting all managers would do that, all leaders would do that. I think people will get a bit frustrated. And at that point, I think what's important to understand is, do we have the right caliber in our team? Because if we can't depend or we can't expect them to deliver something and they're saying no to us, does that mean do we hire more people or do we exchange the person that is in our team? So hard decisions come to your plate, but it's just the right way to do it. And someone told me, actually, I'm going to name him. I hope it's okay. Toyer from Dubai, actually, my friend. He said to me when I met them recently, on a holiday. And he said to me, when you have to make hard decisions for the right decisions, do it. Do not feel bad.
Yeah.
You're doing the right thing. But I think emotionally, I feel bad because I don't want to sabotage someone's career.
Yeah.
But I think you have to take some decisions, and it's leading to frustration. Like you said, if they say no,
Yeah.
what do you do? I put myself forward as a tester, but if I didn't want to do that, then what do we do? It's stopping the team from delivering. So I would say be a bit strict as a leader and try and have the right sort of people in the team that are doers and they don't change their mind afterwards.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And I think maybe it's also about having the different types. I think they're typically tested. They just want to test and just do this stuff. And there are others who are more quality engineers or quality coaches and want to do more the collaboration stuff. And so I think to deal with these roles in a team is a good way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, there are loads of introverts and extroverts, and they have their beauty of their own.
Yeah.
So I think with the introverts, what they do is they make sure they get their job done.
Yeah.
I have a very good example in my team right now. He makes notes of everything. Like he's got a long document. I'm shocked, but like he logs a lot of things so that when he has to share it with someone else, he can just send it, which is amazing. Like I wouldn't think of that. But then you have the other people who are more extroverted, who are out there talking to more managers, trying to lead. One of them actually said to me, I started with automation testing, but now I've been told to lead it. So you see the difference?
Yeah.
And everyone has very similar sort of years of experience in the company, but people like to drive their career differently. So I think what's important is when you have coaches or mentors, what's important is to state what do you want out of your career. It can be a zigzaggy career because you're confused, you don't know, which is totally fine. But it can also be a very specific, like if I'm a test analyst, I want to become a senior, then I want to become a lead, I want to become a manager, senior manager, and then C-suite, head of, whatever you prefer. For me, that was the case. So I knew exactly what I want, but I'm not saying that everyone should know what they want.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where you actually sort of support them because I'm the coachy types, like
Yeah,
you said.
yeah.
So I like to sort of always throw open-ended questions for them to answer what they like.
Yeah.
I don't want to guide them. I want to hear from them.
Yeah.
And then when I see what they want, I'll guide them.
Yeah.
So that's my style, but there are loads of different types of managers and their styles are different.
But what do you think is the role of the tester is changing now through all this AI stuff and all the possibilities we have? What do you think will be, so if when you look to the future, what will be the role of the tester or the quality people?
Like my husband says, my husband made a joke the other day. He said, you should be looking for another job. AI is going to take your job. And I was like, no. I laughed and I said, no, they'll take your finance job instead.
Yeah.
So I think my vision is to embrace what's coming. I'm not worried. I'm not scared like many people are. Only reason being is if I'm not going to embrace it, if I'm not going to learn it, I'm not going to be able to deliver it. So I've asked my teams to stop spending time writing test cases when AI tools can support us. We've got internal AI tools. Why not use them? Why not test them out as well? Like, you don't have to literally copy paste what AI tells you. You have to use your own common sense as well. Does it make sense or not? And use it strategically, you know? So I have embraced it. I like using it. But the future, yes, of course, we can have AI, agentic AI or something do my job. But I think as a human, they won't be able to support the look and the feel. You know how you feel emotionally when you're using an application? Because when I talk about accessibility, for example, a lot in conferences, who is going to, as an AI person or a robot, how are they going to tell me they love the website or they're feeling overwhelmed? It's too much pictures or too much flashy pictures. No one's going to tell me that, no, because it's a feeling of a human.
Yeah.
So there is a part where AI will excel very well, but there's a part where there's a massive block where a human can only sort of take it off. So I would say use it wisely. Use it, but use it wisely. And still use your own common sense because you still need it. Bear in mind that AI is still learning. So
Yeah.
you still need your own
That's
brain.
true. Yeah.
So
It reminds me on a conversation I had a few days ago about if quality is more, and as you said, more a feeling. Then all our quality characteristics are fine at KPIs, but they are all paying into it a feeling to have a good quality. And I think this is a very human thing. So I think we testers have a lot to do in the next years.
yeah. I think we've got a lot of jobs still waiting for us.
Yeah.
I know that some companies, like startups as well, they wouldn't look at quality engineers or testers as their first option as well. They'll only take like data science developers or AI developers and stuff. But you still need quality.
Yeah,
You
that's
still
true.
need testing. If you're not hiring a software developer in test, for instance, then I think it's difficult because a developer cannot be testing their own job. You know, it's a bit biased there, and I would just suggest that be mindful of what you're sort of, you know, when you're hiring, be mindful of what sort of caliber you're hiring, because SDETs, for example, can help you a lot. They can develop when you want to develop, but they can test as well. So I know the fixation around only development. Developers can test their own code, but that causes a massive bias. Just like people believe in AI having bias, this also can cause bias. And testers think out of the box. And I've not seen any developer think out of the box yet, not in my
Some
experience.
can, but usually they are very, very focused on solving their problem they have on the table.
And and they like to deliver what they've been told to. So we are the ones who go around the bushes and we are trying to break it.
Yeah.
And that's where we come up with the things that we come up with.
Yeah. Laveena, thank you very much for these insights into your mind and what you think about all the testing role. I think it's very interesting and very fortunate that you are dealing with this and you're pushing that into the community here also on the HUSTEF. Thank you very much that you were here.
Thank you, Richard.
I wish you a great conference and hope to see you later at lunch and in the evening at a party again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.